Okay. All right. It says I'm live now. Hi, Tim. Have I been live all this time? I'm really confused because I did a bunch and no one came on. And I thought, well, maybe it's not taping. So then I deleted it. This thing keeps popping up saying, tap to set up your BTK 10, which I don't know what that is. I looked it up on my cell phone and it says BTK 10 may refer to a taping knife, a star projector, wireless earphones, or a smartwatch. It's a 10-inch taping knife made up of blue carbon steel. Why would I want to do that? Okay, that doesn't make sense. Or it's a star projector, earphones, or the smartwatch. Okay, so I don't want it, and I don't know how to get rid of that. Stop coming on there. Anyway, let me see if Tim is here. Are you still here? Oh, you are. Okay, love it. Hi, you're here. Okay, hi. Hi, Tim. Hi, love it. Have I been on all this time or just right now? Hi, Rin. Hope you had a great day. I did. I had dinner with my son, and then we spent time together tonight. It was really fun watching some TV and movies. Hello, Tim, and hello, love it. This thing keeps popping on saying tap to set up your BTK 10, which I don't want to do, and it won't go away. I hit the X thing, and it goes away for a minute, and now it'll pop back up. You've been on for a few minutes. Have I been on while I'm trying to figure out what this is about? Because it seems like I set it up and then I read a whole bunch of stuff. Did you hear Keeping Scientology Working or Showing My SP Declare? Did you see those things? Hi, Marcia Smith. We can see and hear you fine. Okay, good. You've been on for a few minutes. Okay, so you didn't hear the key. Did you see this? Did you see this? Were you guys on for that or not? You did see that? And you heard that? Thank you. I just got it done today. Thank you. Hi, Natalie. Greetings from snowy Toronto. Ooh, the plows woke me up. Ooh. I know, snow's a different thing to grow up in. Hi, Keiko. You're doing other stuff, so just here to listen. Okay. All right, cool. Well, anyway, I am having some kind of problem with my computer. I'm not sure what. Does anyone know what BTK10 is or how I get rid of it? Because it keeps popping up. I looked it up what it said, and it doesn't look like it's anything I want, but it keeps popping on every 3 seconds, and I don't know how to get it off. So anyway, I'm going to keep this short, and I'll call Bunker tomorrow and see if he knows what it is, because he'll know. But computers. One day I'll know what they are. Okay, joining from Texas. All right. Your sound is coming and going. Okay. Yeah, see that they said it, something removed my sound. So that's why I'm not sure if you're hearing me or not. Okay, should I add the device? It says BTK10 would like to pair to this window device. Do you want to allow this? Do I want to? Love it. It's a headset. Why would no, I don't want a headset. No. Okay, the sound, more audio, combine left and right audio channels at once. Is that better? I clicked that. It's definitely a Saturday night. Okay, choose device for speaking or recording. I have no idea. I've definitely got to go over this with, I don't want to add any of these things. No, go away. Okay, so aloha. Ooh, nice. Hi, JB808. Aloha. It's good to see you guys. Happy Saturday night. Be careful of the virus. Yeah, I'm not saying okay to it until I talk to Bunker, because who knows? But it really, it's weird when it keeps popping up. It's like, go away. I can hear you fine. Okay, good. So you can at least hear me. All right, so here's the deal. I basically, the other night I gave you the definition of DevT. The sound is good now. Okay, all right, good. So I gave you the definition of DevT, which is, I think it's diverted traffic, right? I always forget if it's something, it's, extra traffic that an executive does not want on their lines. And so anyway, I found this little thing that I have that has various different Scientology, the emergency formula, the DevT summary list. Oh, look at this list. This is all just, I mean, it's pages and pages, but this is just one page up to 15. And then here's more up to 35. Wait, you can't really see it there. Anyway, it's like huge. All right, love it. I don't know. So merging warning to add, but it could be a cult fucking with you. Not sure. Don't fuck with me, cult. It's not a good idea. Remember, these people talk. Thankfully. All right, so anyway, I'm going to just give you a few of the DevT summary list things. So this is like if you're an executive and you're getting false reports. That's number one. It says people in an org. See, this is back in the day when they called it an org, right? Instead of a church, which is now they're really trying to pitch the church thing. So everything's now, we used to be members and now we're parishioners. And it used to be the tech and now it's their, I don't know, they've got different, they're using different religious words. So for the people, they used to be members, now they're parishioners, and I think it's a religious term that they use for the tech. Okay, the Jazz Raz says the BTK10 is commonly associated with Bluetooth enabled devices, okay, such as headsets, which I don't have, wireless keyboards, star projectors with Bluetooth, and stereo dividers for laptops, and stereo drivers. Ooh, well, I'm on a laptop, so would that be it? Do I need to okay it? Yeah, tech is now scripture. That's right. Thank you very much for that. I appreciate that. I always forget that one, that the tech is now scripture, which is such bullshit. Religions have scripture. Scientology doesn't. It has tech. And per keeping Scientology working, you have to know the tech, know it's correct, blah, blah, blah. It's like, it isn't something you believe in or anything like that. So now they call it scripture, and now they call the orgs churches. So it's sort of like they're trying to move in more to be more religious. All right, so now, but wait, we can discuss your hair. Did you touch up the purple? Yeah, absolutely. I got my hair done today. Joe did my purple. See, it's like super purple now. It was almost pink. Okay, so interesting how they have changed these terms to make it sound like a legit, I know. See, that's the thing. They told me that in the 90s. We've got to be more religious. We've got to create a religious image. And I was the one in Clearwater. I was there in 79. And I said, look, these people do not think you're a religion, period. So then we started Sunday service to sort of, because every church has a Sunday service, or unless they're Jewish or some other religions where they have Saturday. But anyway, they had nothing like that. It's like people are on course. That's what it is. And so we started Sunday service, but it's hokey. It really is. So yes, Sophie, and hi, Sophie. Don't accept a device that you're unsure of. Yeah, I'm not going to until I talk to him. JB808 agreed, love it. I'm watching from my phone, so I was wondering the same thing. They can call auditing going to confession. Yeah, which no. And so is L. Ron Hubbard a prophet? Exactly. That's why when Tommy Davis, I don't know if any of you guys saw that when he was on TV years ago in the 2000s, and he went on television and he said, or no, I think he said it to the BBC guy, and he said, "You're invalidating my faith." And I went on the internet and I said, "His faith? His faith in what? They don't have faith. They don't have faith in Scientology at all. They don't believe in God." Hubbard was against God, churches, angels. Really, the only thing he had that was anywhere near it was the eighth dynamic, which I explained to you, and that's the supreme being, whatever you believe that to be. He never mentions God. They never mention angels. They never mention faith or belief. They don't. Okay. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay. So is Hubbard a prophet? No, wait. What did I miss something, love it? Damn it. One of these days I'm going to learn how to use this laptop. It's difficult. I thought it was going to be really easy, but it isn't. Okay, so let's see. Hi, Sophie. Okay. I got Jazz Raz. Thank you for that. The tech is now scripture. That was great. Thank you about that. Gnome Sane, I think is what that is. Jazz Raz, it's often used as a model name or identifier for painting Bluetooth devices with mobile phones, PCs, and other electronics. It sounds kind of weird. It sounds like somebody wants to be on my thing. But wait, can we discuss your hair? Love it. So interesting how they have changed these terms. Yeah. Do not accept any devices. Okay. You can call auditing to confession, right? Yeah, I think we went through these. Don't forget to give a like. Thank you. Thank you, Rin. Thank you for that. I guess PC folders, that's right. The PC folders, that was the biggest thing. That was during the Wallersheim trial, and they explained to me, now we have to look, the auditors are going to be ministers. They're going to dress like ministers in minister outfits. And every folder is now labeled priest penitence privilege, meaning the judges can't look in them. They can't read them. Nobody can read them except the priest. And they don't really have priests in Scientology. They don't. The Catholic Church does. So, but they think that gives them the right to have no one is allowed in there to look in the sessions, which of course, if they looked in the sessions, they would see all the horrors that happen. Okay, Tommy Davis was so creepy. Yeah, he was. I would check your mobile phone. If Bluetooth is turned on, it might be trying. Oh, okay. I generally don't turn on Bluetooth. Ooh, it is on. The Wi-Fi is. Okay, so I turned it off. Is Wi-Fi the same as Bluetooth? I'm like such an idiot when it comes to the internet. I mean, it's kind of amazing that I'm still on the internet because you would think I would have learned some of this stuff, but I don't use Bluetooth, so I don't really know what it is. I mainly use what I use, and even that you can see not that well. But I'm working on it. I'm trying, and that's all I can say. I saw the 2000 film The Prophet, funded by the LMT. Yeah, that was really hokey, really bad. Exactly. There is no faith. They have technology. Right. That's right. Correct, Sophie. And Connie B says, woohoo, Miss Tori and chat. Love it. And Sophie and the gang. Hi. Hi, everybody from Connie B. Jazz Raz says, or vice versa. If Bluetooth is turned on your laptop, it might be trying to connect to your phone. Oh, Jesus. Maybe that's it because my phone is normally not near here. So I'm going to put it over there because maybe that was part of the problem because I have my phone right there. Maybe I think you might be right. That might be it. Tori, JB, and I had both wondered about your fab hair. That's all. Thank you. I know it's kind of fun when he does it. I always like it. It's expensive, but it's fun. Wi-Fi's different. Okay. One of these days, I'll get it all. Priests are required to report several crimes as mandated by law. I know. In Scientology, they don't report anything. Connie B. High from Love It. And Jazz Raz Bluetooth. Okay. So you guys are all saying hi to each other. That's nice. Good to see you. Wi-Fi connects you to the internet. Bluetooth connects you to other devices with Bluetooth on. I just don't get what Bluetooth is. I'll Google it. I will. I'll look it up on YouTube and I'll study it so I at least learn what it is. Because I've never used it, and I know a lot of people use it, but I don't. But I'm old school. That's just the way it is. Bluetooth is good for transferring your data. Oh, from old phone to a new one. Well, that's good to know. Thank you for telling me that. Hi, Tori. Hi, Chad. Hi, Verity. Good to see you. JB808. All these creepy Scientos are offsprings of famous people. Tommy Davis, Ann Archer's son. Jim Meskimen is Marion Ross from the Happy Days. Yeah. Yeah, they used to have a lot more bigger, like even Tommy Davis is not around anymore. But he screwed up when he said that thing on, I forget what TV show it was, but he said, the guy was going to ask him about Xenu, and he said, I told you, I warned you, don't say that word. And the guy started to say it, and he threw off his microphone and walked off. And that was the last time we really saw Tommy Davis. It was like, done. We all knew it. It was like, okay, goodbye. Not going to work. Shall I mansplain Bluetooth? No, it's okay because these guys, I think, all know it. I'll go on. I appreciate you offering, though. Thank you, Tim. I'll unless you could do it in a couple of sentences, but if it's a big long thing, I'll just go on YouTube. I'm sure there's a ton of videos on what it is, or Google or something. I'll find it. Let's see, JB808. Ooh, I didn't know about the second one. Okay. Andrea Davin, Tom Cruise's former assistant, okay, is Robert Morris's daughter. Okay. One of the actresses from the original West Side Story is her mom. Wow, that's cool. That's really cool. I didn't know it. Some of that stuff they probably don't know. I didn't know who Laura, what's her name? Mike and who was it? I forgot her name even. I know her name and I know her, but I just went blank on her name. It starts with an L. She's on a TV show and she did the Aftermath stuff with Mike. Who am I thinking of? She's a celebrity, Yeah, Leah. Yeah. I didn't know Leah. I didn't know Leah in Scientology. I helped train John Travolta, so I knew him and I knew a lot of celebrities, but I didn't know Leah, and I don't think they had any idea how big she was. I mean, she has a huge fan base. I don't think Miscavige had any clue because they don't watch TV. You know what I mean? So I'd never seen her television show. Question: did you ever act, sing in any high school plays? No, I did. I actually did in grade school, and that's what helped me wake up. That was the beginning thing of me waking up. Well, the beginning thing was that guy saying, if you're free, why can't you read certain books? That was really the beginning. But at the end, when I was really waking up, I was listening to Dolly Parton sing Joy to the World. And I listened to it. It was at Christmas time, and I was driving around and I listened to it over and over and over. And all of a sudden, this image clicked in of like, because I only had my life in Scientology, right? From 1969 on. That was pretty much all I remembered. And all of a sudden, this picture clicked in my head of me. I think I was like, I don't know, 5 or 6 or something like that. And they just pushed me out on the stage and it was like, joy to the world. And, it was really, it just popped in my mind. It was so wild. It was like, it's sort of like everything had been shut down. And then all of a sudden with that song, it was just like, and it just opened up. And that's why I used to always say, I would write something and I would put Tori Magoo dancing in the moonlight, because I woke up with the moonlight coming in, and I always loved dancing. So anyway, it's just one of those things. But no, not really. You had a crush on Leah since she was Stacy Carosi on Saved by the Bell. Yeah, see, I never saw Saved by the Bell. That's sweet, though. Tommy Davis, yeah, he did F with John Sweezy, really in a bad way, really, on the BBC. I was in the car with John Sweeney. We were driving along, and Osa was following him, and he said, don't they know we're the BBC? Because they were, of course, filming them following them. And he was trying to get me to do one interview, which they ended up cutting out. Unbelievable. But we later, Bunker and I went to London. Anonymous flew us over to London to protest with them. And after that, we said, let's call John Sweeney. And we called him up and he said, yeah, meet me at this. It was sort of like a special lounge for writers. And so we went there and we had a great time together. And then the next day he said, why don't you come over to the BBC tomorrow and have lunch with me? And I'll show you where I film. And I said, okay. So Bunker and I went there and we had lunch. And now we're walking along in London, right? And I'm with John Sweeney, who's a big, well-known journalist in London, right? And around the world for a lot of people. And we're walking along, and all of a sudden we hear, Tori Magoo, I'm part of your YouTube site. And John was like, wow, I can't believe it. It was like we're in the BBC campus, and the guy recognized me, and it was like, this was early in the early 2000s, so I'd only made a few videos. I guess we'd started our YouTube site. We had. That's right, because Anonymous started in 2008, and that's when I started my YouTube site. So I had the YouTube site up, and this guy was part of the YouTube early on. So that's kind of cool. But anyway, John's a great guy. He's really fun. Okay. Verity, he was awful with John Sweeney. They set him up. They really did. But you know what was neat about it? Because they set him up and he did end up kind of flipping out on camera and looked not so great. But the good part of it is a lot of people afterwards called me, journalists, and said, you know what, Tori, we've been around this here in LA for years, and we have never said anything about it because of how they are. But now we're going to say something. We're going to do stuff. And I was like, good, so that was good. At least there was some justice. Dolly Parton is better at recalling memories than an e-meter. Absolutely. Yeah, she's fantastic. In just a few sentences, Bluetooth is a simple way for gadgets to share data without needing the internet at all. Wow, I didn't know that. That's kind of amazing. Thank you for telling me that. Now I'm inspired to learn about it. I didn't know that one little piece of data. And so it was sort of like, I don't really need Bluetooth, but that might be a good thing to have, it sounds like. There's a lake in there somewhere, recans. I'm not sure, Tim, what you're talking about. Oh, it's a joke. Okay. JB808, it's insane how mainstream media still folds under Scientology's tactics. I know. And now apparently somebody wrote to me that now Miscavige is DT is using Miscavige's COB kind of thing. It's like, oh, Jesus. It's insane. Yeah, it is. Hello, everyone. Hello. Lakshmi Cool. Or Kwai, I think it is. All right, hold my cans. Yeah, exactly. Hold my beer, hold my cans. I think an ex-member wrote a one-person play called that. Probably, yeah. Hi, Tori. Gotta do it every time. Can't help myself. Hi, Sieglin. What do you have to do? Gotta do it every time. Can't help myself. What did you do? Speedy Romans. Hey, Tori. Hi, Speedy. Hope you're doing well tonight. I am. Thank you. I really am. But I'm a little, Sieglin, you've got to tell me what do you have to do? Were you on earlier and I missed you? Sieglin, let me look. I don't see it. Sieglin. Nope, you're not. Okay. You'll have to explain to me. Oh, there it is. Face kisses. All right. Love you so much. Oh, thank you. I didn't know that's what that was. Thank you. Well, I give you one back. If I knew how to do it on this, I would, but I don't. I don't know quite how to do that on this, but it's all right. There. All right. So I'm going to tell you guys about DevT, some more about it, because people talk about it and we all like the term. So it's false reports, non-compliances, altered compliance, no reports, communication formula unused, information failure, lack of CSW, which is a thing you're supposed to fill out a CSW before you do anything practically. And if you didn't do that, I guess that's DevT. Suppression on lines, cross orders, present time orders only. That's weird. Present time orders only. Okay. Non-existent targeting, unreal targets, cross targets, bug targets, and hobby horses. Okay, so that's the first page of DevT, the things. Now, do you have any questions about any of those? Okay, squeeze my cans. Yeah, that's by Kathy Schenkelberg. Yeah, I saw that. It's good. Based on her time in Scientology, that's right. Great to see you. Oh, live. Thank you, Silva. Well, that's good. Yeah, Lakshma, is it cool or Kwai? I can't tell. Is the last letter, is it Kool or KOOI? A CSW is, and I'm happy to say I forget what it is. Let me look it up. A CSW. I actually forgot what it is. It's always a win for me when I can't remember things because I'm trying to get this brainwashing out of my head. So when I literally can't remember it, I'm like, wow. I mean, that's like completed staff work? No, that's not a CSW. Completed CSW. Okay, maybe it is completed. Let's look. That's a QRCCS. Yeah, it might. See, again, I have to get that green, the green dictionary, because they have a whole admin dictionary. And I think CSW would be in that. But I think you're right. I think it is completed staff work. That's what it is, completed staff work. So basically what it is, you have to fill out a thing saying the situation is, I need to go to the store. The data is, I'm working for David Miscavige and he's out of toilet paper. So we have to go to the store and get it tonight. Time, place, the form is we need a car so we can drive there. And event is we're going to use this kind of money to pay for it. And we'll go at this time and get it back. And then it has to be signed. And it's signed by your senior saying, okay, we're okaying this CSW or not okay. And, so that's one of the dev T's is if you didn't have a CSW completed, right? Didn't it say? Yeah, lack of CSW. So if a staff member just goes and does something. And remember, this is mostly, it really is for all Scientologists, but of course, public aren't in the same machine as staff and certainly not as Sea Org. So, we don't have to CSW to go to the store. We just go to the store because we were public. But staff, they have to CSW for it. And they have to get it okayed. And it's a pain in the ass. All right. Okay, so Lakshmi Cool is a cool name. Okay, thanks. Margie Barge, 3 weeks later, still no toilet paper. Exactly. That was one of the funniest things when I first got in Scientology because they had no toilet paper in the bathrooms. It'd be like, wait a minute, you guys are the most able beings on the planet, but you don't have toilet paper? It was very weird. Very dichotomy weird. And then you just give them a yes or a no, and that's all they need to do is to check one. Yeah, it's either yes or no. It's like it's okayed or it's not okayed. Did a great new video with Tori in it. Sophie did? Well, that's news to me. Can you send it to me, love it? Because she must have put me in it because she didn't interview me that I know of. Maybe she did, but it wasn't new. It isn't like right now. So can you make sure to send that to me? Because I'd like to see it. I see you first live I've caught in a while. Cool. KT, hi. I love you. Thank you. I love you guys too. JB808. Oops. I clicked on the link and it took me out of Tori's stream. I'll check it out. Well, you're back now. Okay. I texted it to you. You're in it. Okay. Doug's in it. Oh, that's great. I was going to do an interview with him. We were set up to do an interview the next week, the week that he passed away. It was like, I was so excited to talk with him because he says that I really helped him in the beginning because, I just did. I listened to him and I always liked Doug. And I was one of the first people that he talked to. No, Tori, it's a clip of you talking about SPs. Oh, okay. So I'm guessing no ideal orgs have bidets? I don't know what bidets are. It's toilet paper. Is that what it is? Maybe in David Miscavige's personal toilet. Open in a new tab. Hi, YRB. Good evening. We're talking about toilet paper. No, we're talking about DevT and CSWs. It won't let me from my phone app, but I'll check it out afterwards. Yeah, check it out after. That's what I do. She sends it to me and then I check it out afterwards. It's also got footage from the Milgram experiment and those are fabulous. There's a Milgram experiment and there's the one in Stanford where they, and that was such a fascinating thing. If you ever want to look this up, type in the Stanford experiment in YouTube. And the gentleman that created it talks about it. And he said it was amazing because he thought it would take weeks before they would really flip and attack each other. Because one side was supposed to be the guards and one side were supposed to be the prisoners. And they were, they had checked them out mentally and they were okay. And they put them in, the guys in the jail were the prisoners and the guards were the guards. And within, I think it was like 24 hours or something, they were just attacking the shit out of each other. It was awful. I mean, it was unbelievable to see how fast that kind of thing can affect someone. Then they had the other one. Did you ever see the one with the brown eyes and blue eyes? And it's a thing where when you go in the room, they give you a ticket. And if you have brown eyes, you're stupid. And if you have blue eyes, you're smart. And then years later, Oprah, and people they really fell for it. It was really weird. And Oprah years ago did another one like it. And she had a couple of the people that were in the original one. And they said, yeah, it was really freaky. But they finally banned all those, so they can't do that kind of thing. Pronounce bidet. Oh, the bidet is like a toilet that washes your... I know a bidet. I'm familiar with them. Yep. Okay, Sophie, thank you. Link the Stanford prison experiment. Yeah, or you can just go on YouTube and type them in, because there's the Stanford experiment, the Milgram experiment, and what's the one with the lines? That's another great one. I love that one. It's a thing where they get a group of men. I think they're all men, and they're all fake. And there's one guy that's a real guy, and they're all in on it, but the real guy doesn't know it. And so they show a picture of, it's like a drawing. Can you remember the name of it? Wait, what is this? No, I can't make that. Wait. Palama. You'll have to remember the name of it. What is it? The Ash conformity test. Yeah, thank you. That is a really good one too. Okay, here I've got a piece of paper. I can do it. They've got these different lines. Let's see if you can see them. And they're sort of like, I think that's how it is. Anyway, they're different lines. That's all it is. That doesn't show it. But they basically, the guys that are in on it all say the short line equals a long line. And they all go around and they all go, I see number 2 and number 4. Let's say those are the short, and they're both equally short. And they go 2 and 4 are short, and the other ones are long. And each of them, the one guy that's new, that doesn't know this is a fake thing, that it's like a test, they say, "What is wrong with you?" "No, it is," because he goes, "No, that isn't it. It's 1 and 5, right?" And they go, "No, it isn't." And they're really pounding him, and it really shows peer pressure and how you see in his face. They do it like 3 times. They go around and they do it, and they all keep invalidating him and saying, "No, you're wrong." And he keeps saying, "You guys are wrong." But now it's so many people agreeing that he's wrong. He finally changes, and you see his face, and he's just like, "Okay, it's those." And it's like, it's spooky. It's really spooky. I would highly recommend you see him. And if you're sending these, the ones that you've posted, if you can send them to me, I would really appreciate it. Yeah, they're great videos. They really are. It was great work that was done. The majority of people will go along with the group overriding their own knowing it's the wrong answer, which is exactly what happens in cults. It's like you have so many people going, "This is it." I mean, for me, it was really freaky because of having epilepsy. It was like everyone kept saying, "You need OT3. That's going to do it. OT3 is it for you, Tori. That's it." And so, when I got to OT3, I was like, "You've got to be kidding me. This thing about BTs and clusters and Xenu and the evil warlord." And it was just so weird. I was just like, "No way." And I started crying. At first, I just thought, "No way." And it was my big hope. But then I started thinking, well, doctors don't know what causes seizures to this day. And I take medicine, so I haven't had a seizure in 30 years. But, it's an awful thing to go through. And so I thought, well, I'll give it a shot. And I thought I was having big wins until I tried to get off my medicine after I completed. And then I went into status epilepticus, which is multiple grand mal seizures. And the doctor said 5 more minutes and you would have been dead. That's Scientology. Yes, the majority of people will go along. Okay, at least one of the TRs is like the Ash conformity test. Really? Which one is that? I don't think so. But you'll have to tell me which one. But what they didn't realize is that one day it'll come back and bite them in the arse. Yep. Okay, there's that. Good. Thank you, Sophie. Can you send that to me, Sophie, in my email? I really want to have those. I just texted it. Okay, good. That's even better. Text. Yay. Thank you. Love it. Yeah, I really love those videos. And one of my friends had copies of them as a video, but now none of us have video players, so it's better to have it online. That's really good. I'll be able to tell her that they're online. That's really good. I knew the guy who made them. I forget his name, but he's really smart on mind control. He's really worth listening to. Exactly. So anyway, that's a little bit of the ICE thing. I wanted to mention. Oh, that's right. I was going to talk about ICE and DevT. And downstats. Okay, that's right. I forgot that. The other one I had where it was going to be DevT. But anyway, I want to talk to you about ICE because Scientologists, of course, they're against anyone who's a downstat. So they would see even people working in the fields who I support 100%, they would be their downstats, forget them. So I don't know where they're at on the icing, whether they're supporting it or against it. My guess would be they're supporting it. Okay, you exit the live chat and like the video, then click back on the chat. Oh, Okay. Or perhaps the stage events are more like the Ash conformity test, everyone clapping and hip hip hooray. L. Ron Hubbard, imagine one guy giving LRH the raspberry and the finger. Well, we used to sit up in the balcony, so we didn't have to do that. KT, thank you. All right. Some excellent point. Yeah, that's pretty similar to it, but it's I guess it is. Yeah, that would be pretty similar to the conformity because you kind of are in, it's expected that you're going to stand up and cheer. That's why we sat in the balcony. After a while, we were like, oh God, because Miscavige really wanted the OT7s and 8s to be in the front and be up there cheering him on. And after a while, we were like, no, let's just go in the balcony. So all the 7s and 8s were up in the balcony. And that's the way it is, David Miscavige. Knucklehead. A lot of Scientology is the Ash conformity test. Okay, Sophie. A lot of keeping people in, I would say, is that. It's because a lot of people say I stayed because of the people. It's not because of the tech. It's because of the people. Because you make friends and you like them and they say it works. And so you think, okay, well, and of course they say, well, it's only not working on you. It's working on everyone else. Look at how happy they are. And you think, well, that's true. I must be a real knucklehead. And no one can say it's not working on me either. I mean, finally, my friend John Dries did. Bless his heart. He ended up passing away in 2014. But he came up to me at Flag and he said, I think I'm going insane on OT5. And I said, then go home. I was strong enough to say that. It was just like, don't give your life to this. His son ended up taking his own life, which is too bad. Okay, a lot of Scientology is the Ash conformity test. Okay. Patrick, hi. Charles Patrick. Sorry I missed most of this. Thought it was interesting when Aaron was talking about CFS going broke. Think he said Clearwater is okay, but most of the other cities are in trouble. Question, do the general public know Scientologists know org staff have up-down stats? They're trying to improve each week? Of course. Oh, yeah, for sure. And they're expected to contribute to that. It's like, we need you on course, Tori. It's, the stats are, we're really close to getting them up, but we need you to come in, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday night, something like that, whatever they have. They've always got something where they need you to help out. And that's how we would know that they lived and died because of the stats. I mean, everybody in Scientology does, really. It's awful, because they make it sound like it's really great. Our stats are really up, but it isn't really great. Their stats really aren't up. That's the truth. They're not. They're just phony stats. I mean, after a while, we'd go to the IAS event at the end of the year, and every year they'd show the graphs going up, 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 up. And, you'd look in the org and there'd be less people, especially now, less and less and less. But somehow their stats are going up, 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 up. And it's so weird to think that OSA might listen to some of this, and yet they can block it out. And I know I was there, I did it, but I got to a point where I went, no, I can't block this out. No, it's not right. General public Scientologists know org staff. Yeah, they definitely do. They do. Now, I'm so happy you guys found those videos, because those are really key as far as cults and mind control. They're the key factors in it, proving that that happens. Which is the one, I think it's the Milgram experiment where he does the, the electric shock. Is that the one where he does the electric shock? It's awful. I mean, it's just awful that someone, you're supposed to be like 1, maybe 5 is awful. And the guy's going, put it up to 10, and you hear this guy in this fake, sound booth, and he's like, ah, he's like screaming his lungs out. And, the guy keeps upping the thing. It's really awful. It's just awful. Now I'm wondering who holds the titles for the ideal org buildings, thus, who is actually for paying the utility bills. They make the Scientologists, from what I understand. They're always doing those fundraisers. They make the public do it, pay for their own org. It's pathetic. It's like they have, Miscavige has billions and the church has millions and millions, but they make the public, who are already having to work and spend their money to give these guys money. And then they make them have fundraisers to pay for the water and power and stuff like that. It's like, it's pathetic. It's really awful. I can't believe, I would be like, I'm out. That didn't happen when I was in, ever. And I would have, there's a point where I just would have gone, no. Just like there was a point when I went no and I left. But like for me, seeing them put those, we used to call it curtain tech, and they put these curtains on all the windows before they had the shades. And I just said, I would have never, ever been okay staying in a building where they had curtains on the windows and I couldn't see out. No, I would have gone, no, I'm out of here. I'm going out. And that's what happened. I basically wanted to find out, what do these guys know? You've been sending me out for 2 years to handle the critics. Well, what do the critics know? They must know something, or they wouldn't stay as long as they're staying. And now they're going like, well, they're making money making videos. It's not why they're here. Not to the people that are speaking out about Scientology. No. Okay. I think C of S should convert to bidets. They save money on paper costs. I don't know. You'll have to explain, Tim, what a bidet is, because I don't know what a bidet is. Now I'm worried. Okay, don't worry. It's going down. That's all there is to it. It's like the Titanic. If you're in Scientology, it is like the Titanic. And it is. You might as well get on one of the life rafts that we have offering out here, saying, come on out, we'll help you. Because they're not going to help you. They've proven that over and over. Under the radar, regular org staff are reporting they've gone unpaid for 3, 4, and 5 weeks, depending on the org. I believe that, because that happened when I worked at WISE, which wasn't staff, but it was working for a Scientology WISE company. And one of the owners, Harvey Schmidecki, pulled in with a brand new Ford, brand new, not a Ford, it was a Jeep, a brand new. And he pulls in, and then that same day he goes, oh, by the way, after we'd worked for a week, by the way, I'd just like to announce we're not going to be able to pay anybody this week because we didn't make enough money. You just bought the brand new Jeep. It was awful. That ended up being awful. Sieglin, my understanding is that each org is responsible for its own bills and fundraising. Right, that's what I'm saying. It's public and wealthy Scientologists who pay for it. I don't think that's true, Sophie. The public do. The wealthy Scientologists, maybe they chip in, but I've seen some of their fundraisers online. They've shown videos of them. It's pathetic. It really is. Harvey Schmidecki sounds like a sleazy business owner, if there ever was one. He was, and I should have learned that from his wife, because he was really mean to her, and I should have never gone to work for him. I was his only employee, and he ended up turning on me and deciding I was a suppressive person, and it was ridiculous. It was just ridiculous. But he ended up dying. There you go. Way to go, Scientology. That's awful. I was pulling in at least $6 a week when I was in. Ooh, were you on staff, C, or what? No, which were you in? Many claim the Sea of buildings lack toilet tissue since the slaves all purloined the Charmin. I'm not sure what you're saying there. Morning from Scotland. Hey, hi, Scottish Scoozer. Hi. I've caught a rare live one with you. Here I am. I'm trying to go a little bit earlier each time, so I'm working on it so that because I like the Midnight with Magoo. I like it as a thing, and it's fun because I get to see people from other continents, but it's very late for me. So I'm trying to, like now it's almost 1 a.m. here. So I better go. But for anybody who is on here, thank you for being here. For Sophie and Love It, thank you for being here and definitely getting those videos. Thank you. And if you haven't hit the like button, please do. Question JB808 for anyone. How do you feel about the current state about Scientology with all the big exposés and controversies over the years? What will it take to finally bring down the cult? Most of us who've been in for years and years and years, still, we originally, when we left, we thought, okay, what's it going to take to bring it down? But it's like so many things have happened that they should bring something like that down. But because they have the religious status, I think, and a lot of others that agree with me, the only thing that's really going to bring it down is we getting them exposed as a business, because they are a business. They're a fraudulent business. They're not a religion. And once they lose their religious status, they're done, because that's the only thing keeping them going, is that they have a nonprofit status and they don't have to pay taxes and blah, blah, blah. But, if their religious status is removed, which shouldn't be that hard, if we all worked on it and really put a lot of attention on, it's a business. You have to pay for every single level of Scientology. You have to pay to say you're a Scientologist now. Before you can ever get on a real course, you have to pay the IAS, the International Association of Scientology, join that and become a Scientologist. And then you can start doing their stuff. That's not a religion. No, it's a business. It's exactly what it is. So anyway, that's what I think. We love you, Tori. Hi, Chrysanthemums. Hi. Thanks for your continued support against Scientology, and thanks for being such an immense vocal critic of their abuse. Love and hugs to you. You are welcome. Well, believe me, when you almost die after their stupid OT3 and the doctors say 5 more minutes and you would have been dead, I have so much to say against their abuses, and they've tried to stop me in many different ways, and it's been an epic fail, to quote Anonymous. All right. I was Detroit Day staff. Okay. From many years ago. Okay, good. No, don't add it. Don't add what? 49ers for life. Hi. It might be spyware. Okay. So don't add it. Okay, good. Make sure you know it is. Yeah. I didn't add it, and I'm checking with Mark tomorrow. I'll check with him and he'll help me. All right, you guys, thank you for coming. I think we're done for the night, but I appreciate seeing you all. I'm sorry it was short, but I had already decided I have to start going to bed a little bit earlier. So there you go. Make sure you know it is. Yes, I will. All right. Okay, so is there anything else before we go? I love you all. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you can get any of your friends to come subscribe, please do, because Scientology hates that. They hate when my subscriptions go up. Have a good night. I'm going to have a good Sunday. Yeah. Oh, for me to have a good Sunday. Okay, and you too. Have a wonderful Sunday. That's right. Tomorrow's Sunday. Good. All right. I It's so weird. I thought today was Sunday. Someone else go live. I got insomnia. Oh, Tim, I'm sorry. Good night, YRB. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I'm not staying on longer. If you have something that you want me to talk about, you have to say what it is. And then I might stay on. But if you have insomnia, you probably can't think of anything anyway. Super Bowl Sunday. That's right. That's another reason why I have to go to bed. Get ready for the Super Bowl. You know that my dad was the first person to broadcast the Super Bowl, the very first Super Bowl, Super Bowl one. Thanks, all. Enjoyed it. Well, we enjoyed you. Thank you. Tim, you were the first person on tonight, so thank you for coming on. I really appreciate all of you. All right. Well, anyway, I'm going to head out. I love you. You need your rest. I do. So I'm going to head out. I'm going to end off now and have a wonderful Sunday.